Oh, okay. We in here now. Oh, it's your boys back. New setup. Shout out Sexy Red. But
Oh,
yeah,
baby
man,
daddy. Oh, baby daddy.
we were just in Abu Dhabi, experiencing
Taking
I thought
L's.
taking L's, but I also felt like it was a pretty good card. Some robberies in there, but
Yeah.
overall some good fights for sure. Um, but yeah, let's just recap real quick, man. We both had a losing week there. UFC 308.
Hey.
Nessa went 0-4, -4 units here. We had all plus money though. Petrosian, Holloway,
Man. He was winning the
Whitaker.
fight, bro.
Yeah, Petrosian, man, that was a viral
You weak
knockout.
ass
And
boy. And I feel like the ref should have let it go a little longer, but then that would have took away. But that's just me because I had money on him also. But yeah, I feel like whatever. What
mhm.
was the parlay I had?
The parlay was Orabai, uh, Jeff Neal, Murphy, and Ankalaev.
Who's Murphy? Oh, Laurent. Oh, that shit would have
Laurent
hit,
Murphy.
bro. But fucking
Yeah,
Horrible
Orabal was the big upset.
got
That was a
played.
close fight, but man, but banger though. But it was pretty crazy. Yeah, what a crazy fight, man. Rebecca came through, and we got to talk about Max Holloway, bro. That I mean, he was looking good,
Both.
and he's
I mean,
looking big. And
yeah.
Topuria did it again, bro. He just turned it up, and we sensed it though. We sensed that this might be the time Max gets knocked out
Yeah.
finally when he does lose.
Hopefully, Max finally this is his last fight at 145, and he just officially goes to 155.
Yeah. Hey, he looks huge as fuck at 145 against
But
Topuria.
but he was still like, you know what I'm saying? It was still like that shit weakens your chin, like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like so he even said at the post fight interview, like that's like one of the first things he said was talking about 155. So good luck to him. It was a good fight, like you said. He was up. You could say I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what was the scorecards. Did they leak him? Like was he up
I
officially?
didn't see it, but yeah, no, but like if you told me he was up, I would believe you.
No, he
Like
was
I would be.
he was working with that jab. He was hitting that jab. He was finding in the second round. It was piecing up Topuria, but then Topuria just got bombs in his hands for like 145. Don't let him get to your chin. It's over.
Yep, and his combos are pretty nasty as far as like going in different positions. Like he'll go, to your body and to your head. He's not just head hunting.
Yeah.
So shout out to Topuria on that. But man, I don't know who's gonna beat him at 145. I think they're talking about Diego Lopez next.
No. Next fight is Volk. You
Again.
they brought you didn't see the post interview.
No, I didn't watch the post interview for
Nah,
this
yeah,
this fight.
yeah. In the cage, they brought Volk inside the cage, and
I
then
yeah, I saw that part, but then it was kind of awkward, like the way he had
yeah,
Volk
but then
come in the cage.
I know it was like random, but that's just, like official because even Topuria was like, of course, this guy deserves a rematch, and I think they're trying to do it for February in Australia. So, because like after that, they
Damn.
showed like the commercial, like talking about Australia, and then they showed Volk. So it was like, oh, I guess they're trying to bring him there. Probably
Yeah,
got to
that's
cash
crazy.
out Topuria, and then man,
Well,
Whitaker too. Man, it was sad to see him go out like that. He just that's exactly what we said last week that it's all about that onslaught in the first round. If you can survive it, you might be good to go. But if you can't survive the first round with Kamza, it's over. And then he even took
yeah,
out Whitaker, which wasn't even a submission. He actually broke his like front teeth. His three front teeth got pushed in or something like that. His jaw didn't get dislocated.
crazy. That was crazy, bro. Like I was wondering why he was tapping so fast, right in the
Yeah.
moment. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what the fuck? That's not Whitaker, like for him to tap that. And then you realize, like, God damn,
I
that's
know.
crazy.
And then Dana White dropped that picture of his three teeth just like it pushed back. That's ugh.
Ugh, hell no, that's chopped. Yeah, man. For me, I went 1-3 -2 units here. Loss on Whitaker, plus 210. I lost on Dan Ige KO plus 550. And then I lost on the parlay here, the Neil Ankalaev, Renat, and Orabal. Yeah, so I mean Renat should have lost in my opinion, to be honest with you. So yeah, fuck Renat on that. And then the one I did get right was Magomedov, Abus Magomedov -130.
Easy
He
win.
pulled it out. It was a close though. It was close because he was looking like he was going to get finished at one point, and then he kind of fought back into it. So it was a good fight, close one.
He
But
tapped him.
we'll
He didn't he tap him or was it a decision?
yeah,
Okay.
no, he tapped him,
Yep.
which was crazy. So yeah, man, we got this UFC Canada card here. Man, it's gonna be a big card here. It's a fight night, but we're in Edmonton, Canada. That's a very rare location here. But yeah, man, starting from the bottom, since we got a lot of fights going on, we got a good matchup here with Jack Shore against Joseph Zalal. Man, this is Zalal is going to be that up and coming guy that is his second stint. He's been looking real good
how
in
big
his
of a favorite
second
is he
stint.
on
But
there?
he is -2. Let me see. Zalal is -240. Jack Shore is +205. So
Yeah,
we got Jack Shore. Oh, who you got?
off the rip, yeah, I got Zalal. He's been on, like you said, his second stint in the UFC. He's been looking great lately. Even like his L's in the UFC is against like top people. So I think Zalal. I'm surprised it's like -200. I thought it'd be like his last fight. He was like a big ass favorite. So I think, yeah, I'm going with the Morocco. He's Moroccan, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
the Moroccan Devil. Man, yeah, I'm with you here. I mean, I thought the odds were actually gonna be a little tight, but Zalal, he can't deny his streak right now. But Jack Shore is a good competition here. He most recently lost to Joe Anderson Brito, which is, I think it's acceptable in a sense, and it was due to that big cut on the shin, if you remember. So it was
Oh
more of a
yeah.
yeah,
That
the
was still
doctor
like
was stopping it.
still kind of a close fight too.
Yeah, no, this fool's solid. But I think Zalal has shown that he's also well rounded and he's way more youthful and just the energy level and what I've seen is looking real good. And he also is like durable as well. But this should be a banger. Competition wise, I would say that Jack Shore's fought in better competition, but both of them are kind of like on the up in their career. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll go with Joseph Zalal as well. I just think it's his
Zalal.
time. Next up, man, we got another banger. No, just kidding. There's a horny fight. We got
Yeah.
Jamie Lynn Horth against Ivana Petrovic. Man, Jamie Lynn Horth is about a -200 right now, 210, and Petrovic is a +180. Man, this is not that great of a fight, but I like the matchup. You got Jamie Lynn Horth, man. She's 34 years old. She's never been finished here, well rounded. She most recently lost a split decision to Veronica Hardy, but she did beat Haley Cowan, which, to be honest, I mean, Cowan's not very good. So that's not really a great win, in my opinion. But we got Ivana Petrovic, 7-1. She's more of a looker, but 30 years old, man. She's also never been finished, well rounded, and she beat Na Liang, man, which, I mean, I feel like everybody beats Na Liang, and then lost to Dread Carolina. So I mean, it's a solid like even matchup to me. But we're in Canada. I'm gonna go with the revenge of the Canadians here. I like Jamie Lynn Spears or Jamie Lynn Horth, and yeah, I'm gonna go
Jamie
with her.
Spears. Oh yeah, man. You stole pause. You stole the words right out of my mouth before you said that. I was gonna say the same thing. I was going with the Canada. Canada.
Canada, eh? It's a Canada thing, eh? Next up, man, we got another Canadian, Chad Ellinger against Cody Gibson from the Ultimate Fighter. Chad the Monster here, 13-7, not a great record. And he's 37 years old, man. He's been around, never been knocked out, and most recently beat Shara Lampos Gregorio, but lost to Jose Johnson and Alenga Tang Heli. So, I mean, man. And then you got your boy Gibson here.
He's coming
Whoa.
off his first dub in hella long.
Get this up. It's not full page. Here we go. Yeah, so we got Cody Gibson, also 37, man, and he's one of those white guys that actually looks a little younger than 37. I thought he was like younger than 37. Pretty rare.
He's also tall as AF for the division.
Yeah, he's a skinny 5'10", but he's fighting what? What was his fight at? 145? Oh no, 135. God damn. He like a Sean O'Malley, huh? Yeah, but you got Brian. He beat Brian Keller, and then before that, lost to Miles Johns and Brad Katona. And to be honest, I feel like his recent competition and his past competition has been real good. The people he's fought. So yeah, I'm with you. I like this guy here. I like Cody Gibson. He's at -180, -190. And Chad Hillinger is like +160. But I think Gibson's the rightful favorite here. I like Gibson. But this is kind of a good white on white matchup.
Yeah. I'm about to probably go with Gibson for this one. Always like a sweaty fight with him. You know what I'm saying? He like I said, he finally got his first L, like his first dub, like back in the UFC against Kelleher. I think Kelleher got kicked out too, so I'm gonna go with the American for this one.
American. Let's show them we're superior. Superior whites. Next up, man, we got more U.S. versus Canada type of vibe here. We got Sergey Cidi against Garrett Armfield, man. Sergey here, he's a minus 155 favorite with Armfield at plus 135. Sergey's from Contender Series, man. If you guys remember, what a picture of him. Pause. Pause. 28 years old. Yeah, I mean he's a striker. He's gonna try and knock people out, but he most recently lost in a rematch. So this guy Ramon Taveras, he fought in the Contender Series and beat him in the Contender Series. But during the rematch in their UFC debuts, he lost by split decision. So that's the only UFC experience he's had. But like you said, the first fight kind of sketchy from the Contender Series going on to the UFC. So yeah, I like the CD guy. Garrett Armfield, I've been betting on him frequently and most recently, and he's not bad too. He's never been knocked out. Well-rounded guy. He's going to strike. He's going to grapple, but he lost and got choked out by Brady Heastan, and he actually beat Brad Katona, which is actually a pretty good win, I would say. And then he finished Kazama here and lost to David Onama. So a lot better experience, in my opinion. But I like Sergey here, Sergey Cidi. I just, pause. He kind of looks sexier.
You like this picture, Sergey Cidi?
That was the deciding factor.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a tough fight, but I'm gonna just go with Garrett Armfield. He got to put in some grit for this fight to win it.
Yeah, man's definitely got grit. Armfield's always going to get it and will fight for your money. So that is one great thing going on there. Here we go. We got the big boys coming up here in the prelims. We got Alexander Romanov against Rodrigo Nascimento. Man, Romanov, man, King Kong, 17-3. He's one of those like husky big boys here. Man, he's mostly a grappler, ground and pound, trying to get into submission type of guy, but he's on a 2-fight losing streak, or 1 fight, sorry. That was a grappling one. But he lost to Jalton Almeida, which, he was pretty much just getting fucking lifted up, slammed on the ground, and just mauled until he got choked out. But before that, he beat out Ivanov here, but lost to some decent competition with Volkov and Marcin Tybura. So, he's going to be – it's a pick'ems right now in this fight, minus 110 each way. And then you got your boy Rodrigo Nascimento, who is not as big of a heavyweight. He's going to be a little more nimble, a little more able to be in movement. But he's also not, I think, the best either. Once he gets to the ground, this is an interesting matchup because both these guys are going to want to do some grappling, different types. One's more BJJ oriented and the other one's, just that European mauling type of Russian style of ground and pound. Most recently, though, Nascimento beat Derek Lewis, which was
no, he got knocked out.
Oh yeah, he lost by Derek Lewis. Was he a favorite in that one?
Yep.
He was an underdog against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis was a favorite.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, it was slight though. It was close.
No, he got slept terribly. He ain't fought since then. That's the only reason. I think that's why I think Romanov should get this easy.
Romanov was. I was on that hype train when he first started. But he was fighting like nobodies. Like back here, when was the one? Oh yeah, here we go. He was the one fighting Roque Martinez, Rogerio de Lima, Juan Espono. That was a good fight. So I was on the hype, and then all of a sudden he started losing to Tybura and Volkov, and I was like, yeah, maybe this is not the guy anymore. But like you said, this is a pick'ems for a reason, man. I haven't really bet on this one, but I've been going back and forth. But I'm gonna have to ride with my brother here. The darker skinned guy, Rodrigo Nascimento, the Brazilian.
Yeah, it's gonna be like an ugly fight because all about Romanov can't do that them throws that he be doing. If Nascimento can keep going all 3 rounds, he'll win it.
Yeah, I think as long as Nascimento can stretch this fight out and go deeper into the fight, he's gonna make Romanov get real heavy on the breathing, and hopefully that's the only way. But early, Romanov is gonna try to maul you for sure. Yeah, here we go. Here's a banger fight, man. We got Charles Air Jourdain against Victor Henry. And the odds right here are actually surprisingly close here. We got Air Jourdain at minus 120, and we got Victor Henry at plus 100. So damn near pick'ems.
It's a new weight class too, right? For Jourdain.
He's going up, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of good that he's going up. 2 losses, though. I mean, he kind of disappointing. That's why he's probably moving, but he's fighting some great competition. Gene Silva, Sean Woodson was a split decision, and he lost to Nathaniel Wood. He beat Ron Gracie and Ricardo Ramos, which are actually Ricardo Ramos, that's a solid win, I would say, man. And he was able to choke him out too. So kind of beat him at his own game. And then before that, he lost to Shane Burgos. So he's been a mixed bag, man. But everyone he's fought, I feel like, has been decent competition. Whereas Victor Henry, he's actually a lot older than we realize. 24-6 is full, 37 years old. Pretty damn solid, though. Real durable, real technical here. He beat another old guy, Ronnie Yaya. And then there was a no contest against Javid Basharat. But he's fighting a lot of older folks, if you're going down the list, minus the Basharat brother. But everyone, Tony Gravely, Rafael Assason, Rayoni Barcelos, all super old guys, man. I think this is the bounce back here. I like Charles Jourdain, man. I think that's a good price for him. I think it's a coin toss, but I think I'm going to go with the younger guy here in Charles Jourdain.
Yeah, I got to go with Air Jourdain.
Yeah. He also reminds me of, if y'all watch, is it The Boys? Or is it, yes, The Boys, right? You know that guy, the French dude? Yeah, this is that guy right here, man.
What's that funny?
Yeah, that guy's hella. That's exactly Air Jordan. Next up, man, we got the real horny fight of the night. We got Ariana Lipski against Jasmine Judavicius. I think this is a great matchup here. But the odds were kind of surprising. You got Judavicius, a huge favorite, minus 225. Lipski, who has now changed her name since she's married to Ariana De Silva, plus 190. Yeah, whack. I think that's going to be a loss right there. You can't change your name like that.
Lipski, she was a prospect for a minute. She had everybody was high on her for a while, but if she doesn't finish it with some crazy submission early, it's like pretty much all bad sometimes. And I feel like Judavicius is just too durable and too grimy for that. She's gonna put it on her. And it's in Canada, so I feel like
yeah. And Lipski, she's fought some decent competition. As far as the people she lost to, Karine Silva, who's a really big swole prospect. And then she lost to Cachoeira, who is just a hard hitter, but like she was contending for the title at a short period of time. So, at least that's decent competition. And she's beating the mid-level people that's kind of around her. Casey O'Neill, Melissa Gatto, who's pretty solid, Aldridge. Shout outs to her. I was watching, shout outs to the Die Hard MMA podcast. He was talking about Lipski now turning her life to God and stuff. And people that do that in UFC and stuff, they don't their aggression, their violence turns down a notch, when you try to become more positive and less violent in a sport of violence. Yeah. So, but yeah, Jasmine Judavicius, bro, I'm with you here, man. Hey, that's a sick ass outfit. I didn't even see her old stuff. It said Pho 18. Shout out to her, bro. But yeah, she's 35 years old. A lot of people don't realize that, but she's very durable. Like you said, she's going to scrap. She's going to go in there and she's going to try to do some grappling. She's going to try to strike, mix it up. And she beat, Fatima Klein and Cachoeira last time. And the only person she lost to was Cortez by decision, which Cortez is supposed to be a real contender.
And I was low-key a close player than it says. Like I almost thought Cortez lost that fight.
Mm-hmm. It was real close, for sure, real close.
Because I was at the UFC Pinoch, the first one.
Exactly. So,
Yeah,
so I'm with you here, man. And did she lose on this one too? What was this? There was one. Where's the last Canada fight? I believe she did lose as well, Judavicius. But yeah, man, I'm with you here. I'm going with Jasmine Judavicius. I think it's a little pricey, but honestly, it's almost warranted that she's at least a minus 200 or more. I think she's going to bring the pain and she's going to be down to take punishment if she needs to, just to give out some punishment. So yeah, I'm with you there, man. And Lipski just got married and all that stuff. She's probably doing her honeymoon. She's doing this. She's doing that. Like, nah, this is violence, baby, in Canada. So sorry, Lipski. Next up, man, we got a low key banger, bro. This is a banger. Ayman Zahabi, the dark horse, against Pedro Munoz, man. Old Pedro.
Did Zahabi lose his last fight, or right or no?
Zahabi, even though he's 36, his last fight here, I remember this because
he's been going crazy. Yeah.
He beat Javid Basharat, and he was a plus 575 underdog.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, so he was fucking off people's parlays in that one, greasy parlays. But he's pretty much been, kind of whoever's thrown at Ricky Tercios, Aori Quileng, Draco Rodriguez. The people he lost to were way back in 2017, 2019, bro. He just doesn't fight as often. But now he's finally starting to, put some action in there at 36. Then you got Pedro Munoz. He's lightweight, a legend at this point, like an older guy, 38 years old. Never been finished. That's one thing he holds on to. But he's on a losing streak, bro. He's fighting good-ass competition, but he's a decision guy. Dare I say, what's the over? Damn, the over 2.5 is minus 400. Sketchy.
God damn.
Yeah, so they're thinking this is for sure going to go. But it's a damn near a pick'em fight. We got Zahabi minus 120 and Munoz at plus 100. So, and even Zahabi by points is plus 110. That's not even a lot of good shit on it. Nah, bro. I'm going Zahabi here, man. As much as I think Pedro Munoz is solid, I just think he's just like decent at everything. But Zahabi has really been shown like he's dangerous, and people don't realize, how good he actually is. So I'm going Zahabi here, especially at minus 120.
Yeah, Pedro, he's kind of like almost out the door. I feel like he's been doing it for a minute, and then he for a minute he was almost like a title contender. Then he took some L, so I feel like that took some steam out of him. But I mean he's a favorite for. I guess he's a favorite for a reason. Zahabi trains out of his brother's what's his name? Faraz Zahabi. He's been doing like well ever since he took that break and came back, but I feel like he could outwork Pedro. So how about if Pedro comes out there and is like throwing bombs and like trying to hurt him and is like looking good, he was gonna win it. But I think Sahabi's gonna do the GSP technical stuff.
Yep, and do it in Canada too. Shout out to Canada. Let's go. More Canada fights, man. We got Mike Malott, the prospect against Officer Trevin Giles. You got Mike Malott. This is the guy that's fighting out of Sacramento here, but he's Canadian. They've been pushing him, but he was disappointing in his last fight. He lost to Neil Magny.
It's against Neil Magny too. You know what I'm saying? If you're like a young buck and you're going in there against a vet like him, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Especially it was in Canada too, right?
Yeah, it was, and he was a huge favorite.
He was like. It was like the moment was too big because he yoked the first round, I want to say, and then it just he got
gassed out.
He went underwater and Magny drowned him as he usually does to a lot of people. That's what he's known for. But I feel like he bounced back right here. Trevin Giles he's just showing he's kind of just like always like mid tier, not really too many solid wins in the UFC. I want to say and look, he's already beat him in a grappling match, so I gotta go with Mike Malott.
Mike Malott, he's minus 250, and then Trevin Giles is plus 210. But I'm with you here, man. Number one, Trevin Giles, he's the guy that, like, when he started, like, he was solid at everything. Like, he was pretty decent, and you feel like he had all the potential to be a solid-ass fighter, and then it just never materialized because he was just never consistent with it. But now he's been fighting some decent competition, just losing. So I think it's another feeder type of situation here that, hey, Mike, here's your bounce back spot.
Yep, bounce back.
Yeah, here's your bounce back spot. Here's somebody that you could out grapple his ass easily, so he's not going to grapple you. And then now he's going to try to strike with you. So as long as you could survive and strike, and Malott likes to strike, even though he's good at grappling, he likes to throw bombs. So it's going to be like that. So I say I'm going Mike Malott for sure. Prop wise, I'm probably going to look at Mike Malott by knockout at plus 220. I think that's a solid look there. The submission is plus 250, but see what the inside the distance is. Oh, Mike Malott inside the distance, minus 135. Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, I like Mike Malott a lot. All right. So next up, man, we moving on to continuing on the main card. We got some great white fights. We got Marc-Andre Barriault against Dustin Stolfus. Man, they're doing a lot of Canadian versus American fights, man. Marc-Andre, you already know, he's like kind of that gold standard type of grinded out. Some people say it's boring, but he's fit, strong, and ready to grind it out, man. He's a ground and pound type of guy. But most recently, he lost his last two fights, got knocked out by Joe Pyfer, and split decision loss for Chris Curtis, which that's respectable, to be honest with you. And then he beat the guys that are kind of mid-tier, Eric Anders, Julian Marquez. So the people he's losing to are pretty decent, I would say. Stolfus, 15-6. This guy is also, in my opinion, not really super exciting. But he's kind of bouncing. Look at the going back and forth here, bro. He's going, lost to Bruno Ferreira, beat Soriano, lost to Abus, beat Dwight, lost to GM3. So he's going back and forth. If you like the zigzag, then maybe he'll win this time. But for me, man, I'm going to go with Marc-Andre Barriault. He is going to be a pretty big favorite here. Let me check. Oh, he's minus 200. I think that's a decent price and rightful price here. I like Marc-Andre.
Yeah, same. I think he got to bounce back here. I think he's going to be able to just yoke Dustin Stufels, like, because he comes at you like, like the juggernaut. Like, he's just going to charge at you. I feel like against Stufels, he's going to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, I think the only way Stolfitz wins is he gets like a KO, like knockout, trying to come out swinging. But yeah, Andre, he's gonna be Marc-Andre's the real deal as far as just grinding it out. Next up, man, we got the 205 guys. We got Kyle Machado against Brenton Ribeiro. You got two Brazilians here, kind of mid-tier Brazilians, but this is gonna be a banger. They're both willing to swing. We got Machado here, 8-3. He's getting in his prime at 30 years old, never been finished. But he did lose his last two fights to people would say kind of not the top tier heavyweights, Dontel Mays and Mick Parkin. So he's actually going down one weight class here. So we'll see how lean he is because he was kind of a chunky, flabby type of guy. But we'll see if his 205 is the right size for him. And we got Ribeiro here. This guy's actually coming out striking, but he's also on a 2-fight losing streak. He lost to Magomed Ghazi Yusilov, whatever that name is, and Ming Yang Zhang, which is basically a huge Chinese dude. So, also mid-tier guys, to be honest with you. So this is a good matchup here. We got Machado at he's minus 160 right now, and Ribeiro's plus 140. I hate to go with the favorite again, but I think Machado is going to be the bigger guy, stronger guy, able to handle the punches, and he's going to be able to serve it up. So I think Machado's going to get this one probably by knockout.
0-2, though.
Yeah, they're both 0-2, kind of like going into it.
Get cut. Yeah, I guess Machado. Damn, this is a close one. Yeah, I'm going to go with Bigfoot.
Yeah, we got it. I recommend everyone just at least check out the weigh-ins for this one, because if he's going from heavyweight to 205, you got to see if he's coming in right. Because he's always been a big boy, so we'll see. But if he does make weight and look good, then I'm for sure on board there. Here we go, man. We got the last three fights. We're pretty solid here. We got the Black Beast back, Derek Lewis, and then against Jonathan Denise, who's taking this on a slightly short notice fight. I think originally this was supposed to be Romanov fighting Derek Lewis, but I mean, we all know Derek Lewis here, man. We all love Derek Lewis, the legend. Black Beast. He's 39. How many more fights do you think he has under his belt now?
He's heavyweight, man. They can go to a 40-something.
Yeah, until they start getting knocked out consistently. Then yeah.
Because look, even that could happen. They could bounce back. Perfect example, Andre Arlovski.
That's true. Yeah, I feel like he isn't technically retired yet, is he?
No, he just got. I think the UFC cut him finally or whatever. Or they said they want to give him no more fights, but I think he's still active. I heard they might want to do him versus Fedor again, but. That'd be crazy, but we'll see.
That's cool. We can do that. Maybe PFL could pay for that.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, man. We got last time Derek Lewis, he beat Rodrigo Nascimento, which was good for him for sure. He needed a win. He lost to Jalton Almeida before that due to the grappling, then beat Rogério de Lima, then lost to Sergey Spivak. And before that, he was just losing to a lot of fools here. But he's fought the who's who's, fought everyone. So we already know what we're going to get with Derek Lewis. It's kind of, he's not going to change. Denise, man, 8-0. This is an interesting fight because he's 33. He looks like he's 40, but he's a knockout kickboxing guy, man. And the thing is, the style is sketch because every time he fights, he's down to get hit in order to serve up the strikes. And with Derek Lewis, I don't think you should be doing that. You definitely shouldn't just take hits from Derek Lewis and try to serve him back. I don't think that's a smart strategy, but he is a lot younger. I think Derek Lewis, as good as he is, he's always more of a puncher's chance type of guy. So as much as it hurts my heart here, Jonathan Denise is a minus 170. Derek Lewis plus 145. I'm going with Denise here. I think Denise gets him, and I think Denise probably gets him by knockout. But, man, what's the under? Under 1.5 is minus 145. I think that's live, too. I think they're going to finish each other.
Who was he by knockout? What's both of them by knockout?
Lewis by knockout is plus 175. Which isn't that juicy. And then Denise by knockout is minus 120. so not super juicy.
Yeah, I'm a roll with Lewis. Denise is younger, but this is a big step up in competition for Denise in the UFC. Like
Mm-hmm.
right off the gate, they're trying to throw him in there. Like you said, this is kind of short notice, but at the same time, it's like not because like it was supposed to be Romanov, but you see Romanov still on the card. So that
Mm-hmm.
matchup they probably didn't like, so they brought in an exciting matchup because that's one thing. Denise's last fight was against Carl Williams, who all he got is wrestling and stand up his ass,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're giving Derek. You're gonna give Derek Lewis his only chance of winning, standing up with him, and the way he hits is something else. Like it's like game changing hits. So we're gonna see Denise is more technical, probably faster, but I gotta go with my boy. My balls are hot.
Yeah, I mean Lewis at plus money is always we always talk about this. Like it's just so
Nah,
tempting every
it's
time.
always to get. I mean, because they kind of play him sometimes. Like at
Yeah.
one time he was underdog against Chris Dawkins. Like, come on, bro. And then he fucking rocked that fool like to like job made him go to 205 or something like that. But yeah. So like but Denise is like solid though. He is quick, but then like I said, it's a big step up. He was just on the contender like 2 fights ago,
Yeah.
1 fight ago.
Yeah. The matchmakers were good on this as far as entertainment wise. These two is going to try to knock each other out. Versus, like you said, Romanov would have been trying to grind out Derek Lewis,
And that's
and it
his
would have been
worst.
that bullshit.
And it's all about how Derek Lewis comes at the weigh-ins too. Like he's been looking better and better each fight, like what weight wise and stuff like that. So if he's on that streak, he's for sure live. And then
Yep.
Derek Lewis always live, like you said, puncher's chance. Like look what he did to Razor Blades. That was like the
Yeah,
most crazy.
exactly. Yeah. Next up, man, we got an interesting co-main event here. 5 rounds. We got Rose Namajunas against Aaron Blanchfield. In a lot of some of these fights, man, it seems like is it going to be like kind of last week how the older guys that we are, if you've been watching UFC for long enough, you see all these guys, and is it like the passing of the torch?
It's different with women. Though. It's different with women.
Yeah.
Like the women can fight like older. I feel like they can
Yeah, they
pull up
do.
to like 37, 38 and still be contending with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Rose
Rose
still young,
and
though.
like Rose, like she never had a kid yet or nothing like that too. So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean. So there's that. But against Armfield, what's her name? Or Aaron Branch? It's Blanche, right?
Blanchfield, yeah.
Blanchfield. Yeah, it's a Rose and underdog. It's gonna be a close fight. Blanchfield coming off of an L, right?
Yeah, let's see here. Branchfield, she is coming off the L off of, I believe, the champion fighter. Is she the
The
champion right now? The French chick, Manon
Nah, not
Fiore.
yet. She's
She's
supposed to
about to
fight for
be
the belt.
probably. But yeah, lost. She got dominated by Fiorot. So that's the one thing I'm worried about. I always been on this Blanchfield train, but as far as her striking, she definitely has room for improvement. And you're going against, let's say Rose, who her striking is excellent. Smooth, smooth like water.
Yeah,
And for her,
but the
this picture
wrestling
is a sketch.
is different though. That's her biggest kryptonite. I mean, look who beat her twice for the belt twice. Carla Esparza, and especially the first fight. She was able to take her down. That's Blanchfield. That's her bread and butter. But she couldn't do it against Fiore. I think Fiore was too big, and she was standing when her standing is terrible. If it stays standing, Rose is gonna get her. But if Blanchfield, I would say Rose could tap her, but Blanchfield trains out of Henzo Gracie, so she's a beast at jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta go with Rose Namajunas.
Yeah, like you said, it's kind of close odds, but Rose is a slight underdog, plus 110 right now. Blanchfield minus 130. Yeah, I agree with you on that breakdown as far as Blanchfield. If she can't take her down, because like if she acts like how she acted with Fiorot, it's gonna be bad news. Like she didn't even do any feints or anything to try to get into her takedowns. Like usually you try to throw some strikes or some feints and then get into your takedown. She was just trying to go straight takedown. She couldn't get it at all. She wasn't even close.
And then she
was
like
just trying
gassed, you know what I mean? They got pieced up. And this is
Yep.
3 rounds, right? But
5 rounds.
Also another thing about it's 5 rounds?
Yeah, which is crazy
wow.
too.
That's pretty dope. But one thing about Rose, like something positive about her, it's always been like she's a head case, but ever since she went to the new weight class, I feel like she got like, she's in there to fight. She's like, like not like how before just be like staring at you sometimes. This time like she be in there like, trying to go for it.
Yeah. And it's hard to read Rose for me because she's always destroyed my dreams of, 1 minute I'm on her and then she'll be losing to like people like Carla Esparza and shit like that. And then she fucking beats Weili Zhang twice or whatever. Like that shit is just mind
That's the
boggling.
fight game, bro. I mean, you can't. You hating on Esparza, but Esparza is like a beast. She's one too. Like who her mental game isn't always there, but when it's there, she can contend. I mean, look at the last fight. She got played against Tecia Pennington. Like I feel like Esparza took that fight and then they gave it to Tecia. I wasn't complaining because I was on Tecia, but I feel like Carla got robbed.
Yeah,
her last fight.
it's their styles too. They're like little people that want to grapple and shit all the time. That's like kind of it's always gonna be close and up to the judges. And you're just like, fuck.
But who you got on this one?
Oh yeah, I like Erin Blanchfield, man. I'm gonna ride the train again. I know she lost to Manon Fiorot, but those were the two prospects that I was super big on. So I think Erin Blanchfield could get the bounce back here. But I like the odds. I like that it's close because it's well deserved to be close. Usually they have Blanchfield, a big favorite a lot of times, and I think that's I'm glad it's not. But I'm worried about. I have a bad read on Rose all the time, except for that one fight. Her last fight when she fought. Tracy. Who she fight?
She
was it
Cortez.
Tracy?
Yeah. She kicked her eyelash.
On the fight where she beat Ribas. I was in New Orleans for that fight, and I was big on Rose in that one. But yeah, after that, I don't know. Here we go, man. We got your boy back, bro. Brendan Moreno. Where have you been? Should have been at the Sphere.
Remember, he chilled.
But Moreno against
Amir Albazi.
Yeah, Brendan Moreno gets Amir Albazi here, man. Shout out to Albazi. Also got his autograph on the card. He was cool, kind of. He's just quiet. But yeah, Brandon Moreno, 21-8. Yeah, he's back.
2-fight losing streak, right?
2-fight losing streak here. He lost to Royval by split and lost to Pantoja by split.
Both controversial decisions. If they would have gave it to Moreno, a lot of people wouldn't have been complaining. So 2 very close fights.
Yeah, so he needs this though. He needs to bounce back. He needs to feel good. He took that break that he was talking about. So he's been gone for a little bit. I mean, he fought in February. Yeah, February earlier this year. So, but he's not fighting as often. So that's one thing that's kind of good. This boy here, 31 years old, 17-1, bro. Is he the truth? Never been knocked out.
No.
And he beat Kai Kara-France by split. And
he got gifted that decision. I feel like I was on Albazi, but I feel like Kai Kara-France got played in that fight. But I think it's going to be a cool bounce back for Moreno, especially Albazi hasn't fought in hella long. He hasn't fought since that fight against Kai Kara.
Yeah, that was back in June of 2023.
Yeah.
So it's been over a year.
Yeah, it's been over a year. He had some surgery, but I feel like this is Moreno took that break, hopefully to get like a little that cleanse, get that bad taste out of his mouth. And I think Moreno should it should be a good fight, but I think Moreno should bounce back here for sure.
Yeah, man. The odds are Moreno minus 175 and Amir Albazi plus 150. So as far as matchup, I think I got to go with Moreno here. Got the experience. He got the break. He's gotten 2 bad, coin flips of a decision, in my opinion. So I think this is a spot for him to kind of bounce back. But at the same time, man, people can't sleep on Amir Albazi. I know he's not the big, sexy name, but he's definitely solid. He definitely packs a punch, got some power. But Moreno, if he's like how he always been, his cardio is going to be there. He's going to be well-rounded. So I like Moreno as well. I wish the odds were a little closer because I thought they would be, but I still take Moreno here. Yeah, man. So we went through that. I mean, it's going to be a solid card. I'm glad we have it. It's going to be slightly earlier, I believe. I think the prelims start at like 2 p.m. Pacific, something like that.
Yeah, main card starts at 5 p.m.
Yeah. So we're gonna bounce back ourselves just like Moreno here for the best bets, man. Who do you got here?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a parlay out the rip. I'm gonna do Zalal.
Oh,
Judah Vicious.
Okay.
And Mike Mallet, Malat.
How many cards you got? Malat. All right.
I'm gonna do a straight up bet with Rose.
Namajunas plus 110.
I'm gonna do straight up 2 with Moreno, and then
Moreno minus 175.
And then straight up bet with. Oh, and then I'm gonna do by a knockout. I'm gonna go for Salul. We're gonna go for our boy the Black Beast for KO prop.
Okay, we got Derek Lewis by KO. What is that? We'll check that right now.
Or what's my money line, Derek Lewis?
Derek Lewis is plus 145 on just the money line alone.
Yeah, I'll take the KO prop for sure.
KO is plus 175. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I need that bounce back here. We got I think I got to do it with Jasmine Judah Vicious, even though she's minus 225, give me Judah Vicious minus 225 here. She's pretty heavy there, but I'm going to get Ayman Zahabi minus 120.
I was gonna drop that one, but I chose the Black Beef.
I'm going to get Charles Jourdain minus 120. Some close odds here, man. And then here's another crazy one. I'm gonna do I'll throw you on a little parlay here. I'm gonna go Jamie Lynn Horth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Joseph Zalal. And I'm gonna go Malat. Yeah, so that should be a solid 4 plays, man. I'm feeling good about this week. I think it's gonna be better. Hopefully, no bullshit judges, no decisions, just have shit finished and go.
The Rizzler.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'll be back on my normal setup. I know the volume probably ain't great here, but we're just gonna deal with it because we're here for the winners. But yeah, until then, man, smoke out. Check out group chat on Wax, Gen G. Until then, man.
UFC Edmonton, let's get it, man. Bounce back. Moreno, perros, que viva Mexico!
Hey, shout out to all the Canadians. Hey.